Dad, what is it?
Did the wormhole just disappear? Did it just disappear?
What's up to all my lovely people out there? I am milkywayflier giving you a galaxy of games, reactions, and reviews, and we're back at it again with the reaction to Deep Space Nine Season 6 finale. It's going to be wild and crazy and beautiful finale of Deep Space Nine Season 6. I know some things are going to happen that's going to be a little out there, but I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. So without further delay, let's get to it. Let's go.
No war or no war, we have a lot to be grateful for. And we must remember that.
Yes, we must. Shouldn't you be heading over to the wardroom for the ceremony?
Sisko accepting the emissary is one of the best things ever.
Now, if you would all excuse us, I'd like a few words with the captain.
Well, Sisko, time to go back out there and fight some more. This doesn't look like it's going to be a good conversation.
It took a while, but your message finally got through.
Well, when do we go?
That all depends on you.
Me.
That's right, Ben. Starfleet has chosen you to plan the invasion of Cardassia.
He has to plan the whole invasion? Oh, well, we're about to see more of Garrick and his ugliness. I don't like Garrick. No one likes Garrick. I mean, not Garrick. Gold Dukat. I love Garrick. I love Garrick. Excuse me. Gold Dukat.
Shensia, but I told you before you were married that from a medical...
Oh, come on, Julian. Get over it. Y'all leave that woman alone. She is not your woman, okay?
Of what happened to your daughter.
Damar, you disappoint me. I would have thought you, of all people, would be glad to see your
He
old...
doesn't even need to think about Zial. He killed her.
Isn't that obvious? To give you what you desire above all else. The Alpha Quadrant. All I need is a certain Bajoran artifact. One of the many the Cardassians...
Come on, leave the Bajoran stuff alone.
And destroy Captain Benjamin Sisko and the Federation once and for all.
How in the world is he going to do that? Is he going to steal an orb?
If we invade Cardassia now, all we'll do is count our dead.
Gentlemen, please. We're allies. Remember that.
What good is an ally? We'll stab you in the... There is the primitive rage in his eye, the uncontrolled...
Did he say I as in singular?
Drive the Dominion out of the Alpha Quadrant, and that is the goal we all share. Klingons, humans.
The Romulans really weren't playing this smart. They literally said, let a lot of Dominion Jem'Hadar people come, and we'll just take them out one by one. That's not smart. Aw, Quark and Julian are moping about because they didn't get the girl. They didn't have a chance. She's married. And they really are like, oh my gosh, that could have been us.
You take one beautiful, happily married filly, add the possibility of her giving birth to a foal, and what's it leave you? A couple of lovesick stallions that never got out of the starting gate.
You have any idea what he's talking about?
O'Brien, who made this? Julian made the program, right? Somebody need to rethink this. The guy is too smart.
Just keep your bags packed.
Yes, sir.
This is serious, kid. Do you remember the last time you were near a war or battle? You ran. Not saying that, you know, that was his fault or anything like that. But I'm like, sir, reconsider.
The Sisko is a Bajor.
It is where he belongs.
It is where he is...
What are they doing? What are they doing?
Why is it dangerous to leave? And how will it affect Bajor?
Because they're going to try and steal...
You have to tell me.
Man, these prophets.
Up to now, I've been patient. I've indulged you. I've gone out on a limb for you many times. But this is it. You've got to make a decision. You are either the emissary or a Starfleet captain.
I mean, you have him positioned in a place where he has to be both. Literally.
I'll be on the Defiant Bridge at 05.
See, the thing is, Starfleet are humans. They don't have omnipotent power. They're not omnipotent. They're not omnipresent. The prophets are. So I feel like I would rather listen to the prophets who know all things and can be everywhere than the simple human man who had to fly to get to the space station.
It's from there that they smile benevolently down on Bejor. It's from there that they protect that world.
No, Gold Ducat, come on. This man is just way too smart sometimes.
To God.
I'll show you. You see, we have an ally we never knew we had.
Is that the pirate?
Paran!
Oh, come on. See, this is why Kai Wynn sucks.
I've been helping you to avoid me
Why would I want to do that?
because you don't.
Oh no, baby, that's not right. This guy really thought she wanted to break up with him. I love the respect that they each have for one another. Their differences aren't so profound that they can't commune with one another, and I appreciate that.
Then.
Guys, the problem is that Kai Wynn did everything she could to not be a great person or great Kai, and she is the reason this is happening.
I always thought the Jem'Hadar were crazy.
There's method to their madness. They're inflicting considerable damage on the Klingons.
Victory is life. All the while, Gul Dukat is planning something horrendous.
Wraiths and prophets. All this talk of God strikes me as nothing more than superstitious nonsense.
I was about to say, you believe that the founders are gods.
That's different.
In what way?
The founders are God.
So you can have gods, but Bajorans can't. I guess for some, it's easier to believe in something they can see. And Wei Yun said, hey, they right here for me, but where are your prophets?
But first I'm gonna stop by the Bajoran shrine.
What for?
Kira said a prayer for me and Worf last night. She told the prophets how much we wanted a baby.
I'd say they've been listening. That is, if you believe in the prophets.
Oh, well, I do today.
I notice a theme here. It's all about belief versus doubt this episode. Does Sisko believe the prophets well enough to actually listen to them and stay on Bajor? No.
Dukat.
What is this? Whoa, come on, no, what is this? Where are the alarms? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's not the kind of smile you want to see from Gul Dukat.
Dad, what is it?
Did the wormhole just disappear? Did it just disappear?
I'm not sure. I think I felt the prophets reaching out to me.
This is why he should have stayed.
I know this is small comfort, but I never intended you any harm.
Is she okay? This isn't a victory. This isn't a victory. Maybe Kira did have an alternate choice. I feel like this was a little too easy.
He's just another Starfleet captain.
And that's supposed to make me feel better.
Oh, believe me.
Wei Yun can't see past what the founders want, so he's not really seeking any clarity or understanding where it concerns Dukat.
Emissary! My mother says all the orbs are dark, that the prophets have abandoned us. You have to find them.
Not the little girl. I call him the emissary. He don't have the answers. He don't know. Guys.
There's nothing I could do for Jazz here.
This is horrible. Okay, the reason why I'm not like super upset is because someone did spoil it for me on TikTok a couple months ago. But this is just, nonetheless, just, I don't want this to happen. They were gonna have a baby.
Would have been so beautiful.
That's it? that's it for Dax. Not the song. Why would they do this? What's the purpose for the writers writing this? And and it feels so rushed.
As a Starfleet officer, I need time to think.
What are you gonna do? Where are you going?
Thanks, Chief. My thanks to all of you.
They're going back to Earth?
What makes you say that?
It's baseball. He took it with him.
Good catch, Kira. No pun intended.
Dad. Grandpa's ready to close up the restaurant. He wants to know when you're coming in.
In a little while.
The man just lost his friend. Let him sit outside and clean whatever he's cleaning. This is the music from In the Pale Moonlight. It sounds like the same music. Oh my goodness, guys. It's time for a discussion. All right, guys. This was a crazy episode. But guys, I have so many things to say. I'm going to start off with the most important one. Kai Wen is one of the most selfish, annoying, wicked people ever, because this entire thing happened because of her. The only reason, battery load, no problem. The only reason we had the possibility for Gul Dukat to come in and be able to take over the Pyrrhaith and to insert the Pyrrhaith into the orb. Yeah, it was only because of Kai Wen and her stopping Benjamin from allowing the war between the prophets and the reckoning between the prophets and the Pyrrhaith. And if she hadn't just stopped to not be selfish and to not try to prove herself better than the emissary, then we wouldn't have this situation at all, and maybe Jadzia would be alive. That's the first point, right? The second point is the fact that the whole episode had a theme, and in my opinion. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are about the theme here in this episode. One of the things that I saw that was a huge theme is the reality of doubt versus belief. Faith, that's exactly it. Faith, doubt versus belief. And we were constantly shown who believed and who didn't believe. And Sisko was given the opportunity to either believe the prophets or not. And in his lack of belief, his lack of trust, his peer pressure from the Admiral left him, his station, the Bajorans, and his friends at the mercy of Gul Dukat and the Pyrrhaith. If he hadn't thought that it would look bad on him as a Starfleet officer, or he would be punished because of it, or be looked on lesser than he is, he would have chosen to stay on the station and save his friend from being killed. Because if he was there, this probably wouldn't have happened. But I do think that if Benjamin had stayed on the station, it would have been Kira who was taken, if the writers weren't just writing random stuff. If there was actual intention behind all of this, then it would have been more than likely Kira. I'm cleaning off my camera. It would have more than likely have been Kira, in my opinion, who would have been unalived if Benjamin had stayed on the station, because as they were leaving, Kira did say she was in the temple, and she's always in the temple. So it could have possibly been her who was taken instead of Jadzia had he stayed. But we don't know, because Sisko didn't stay. He didn't stay. Jadzia might still be alive, but if Wynn hadn't done that, what she did, Jake would have died. Yeah, but do we know that, though? Maybe the Pyrrhaith wasn't going to, unalive Jake if he had lost. Maybe. I don't know, maybe. It's a possibility. And that's something that I wanted to see, actually. I wanted to know if the reckoning, whoever won or lost, would that take away their life? And so that's the question that we'll never have an answer to unless it's in season 7, is if the pirate had lost, would it have unalived its host? Maybe. And so we had that lack of faith in Benjamin. We had an abundance amount of faith in from Kira on her end, praying to the prophets and asking for them to help Jadzia get pregnant, which was working because whatever Julian was doing on the science end of things was allowing for Jadzia and Worf to conceive. That was working. And it's a shame that we couldn't see that actually come forth. But that's a later topic. And we were able to see an odd mixture of faith in regards to Wei Yun and his belief in his gods, but his lack of belief that there was anybody else who could have gods. And as Adam said on TikTok, it was Wei Yun's ability to see the founders that made him believe in them. But people can't see the prophets, and it makes people, don't think they're real. It makes them think that they're wormhole aliens. And now look at everybody. They don't have any wormhole aliens at all because they're gone because of the invisible gods that Gul Dukat took out. And even Jadzia, who we see laugh multiple times at the thought of the prophets, was going to the temple to pray to the prophets. And as soon as she does, shows some kind of ounce of faith toward the wormhole aliens, she gets unalived. She gets unalived. In her last words, there was a person, they were there in person. Who was there in person, Adam? I think I missed what you were saying. In her last words, Jadzia's last words were, "Our baby would have been beautiful." And then she was just gone. She was just gone. And hold on, we have a guest, I think. Yeah, all right. We have a guest here on TikTok. Hopefully you guys can hear on YouTube. If not, feel free to pop on over on TikTok to hear our guest Adam on here. But Adam, what's up?
I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm here. You can't hear that.
No, I don't hear it. All right.
Yeah, it's very loud here in the room. But yeah, I was saying that they're physically there. The gods that Wei Yun worship. He talks to them every day, shakes their hand.
If they allow him to.
Yeah, if they allow it, yeah. But yeah, faith was a theme in this episode, and it was faith in the unknown and faith in what you could see. But as soon as the wormhole goes away, a lot of people were losing faith. I don't know if you noticed, a lot of the Bajorans were.
Yeah, they had a lot of questions because that's the only thing they've ever known is the prophets. And now that the prophets are gone, one of the real manifestation outside of the orbs is the wormhole of the prophet's existence. And so now that that's gone, how are they really going to believe?
Yeah, it'll be a test of faith.
It's going to really be a test of faith for them. Even the little kid was asking, "Emissary, where are the prophets? What's happened to the wormhole?" Sisko did not have a clue. He did not have one iota of a clue of what was going on.
It won't be a test of faith for Kai Wynn because she doesn't have much.
She doesn't have any faith. The woman doesn't even have faith in herself. She's just running blind and scared. And I just am not going to get over the fact that this is all her fault. Gul Dukat wouldn't have room to move.
It's been our fault since season 1. And we're in season 6, going on season 7.
Yes.
It'll still be our fault in season 7, don't worry.
Oh yeah. Guys, let me know on YouTube in the comment section what you think of Kai Wynn's part in all of this. because I really don't want to see more of her, Adam, in season 7. I really don't, because this is just ridiculous.
She's a major player.
Oh my goodness. The thing is, I like to see her because she pushes the story forward, but I don't like to see her because she just pushes not humankind, but Jordankind backwards. Just.
She's very selfish.
Oh, extremely. And it's not even the fact that she's just solely selfish. She just does evil things just because she thinks it'll make herself look better. But she has so much insecurity.
It's a power grab.
Oh, yeah.
Does it make me look better? But I want to be the leader that everyone loves. But I don't want to love anyone back.
Yeah. Lotus on YouTube said that she's the perfect villain. And she really is. She is everything one could want in a villain.
Now they say not all heroes wear capes. Well, not all villains have horns.
That's true. Not all villains have horns. And she's just, oh my goodness. The Adam says that there's a good point that she's a good villain. There are episodes in season 7 that implies that they might have more free will, but don't want to say more than that. Okay. Yeah, and Empire said that Wynn is mad that the prophets don't talk to her. She's absolutely mad about that. I don't think she's ever going to get over that.
Even in season 1 and season 2, they don't mention her having like experiences. And then later on, they say she can't. But at first, they don't even say it. They wait till like season 3, 4, or 5 or whatever it was to
actually say
that
it.
That she can't communicate with the prophets. They don't want to talk to her. They don't want to be with her.
Yeah, no, they don't. Because they know they can't use her as a vessel.
No.
And she is very annoying and also a good person to watch. The Brahms. There's another Adam on here, so I keep saying Brahms in case it gets confusing. And maybe she will have a chance to redeem herself, Toby. And thanks for joining.
They don't want to associate with her.
No, but the thing is, who wants to associate with Kai Wynn? Who wants to associate with her?
Definitely not the prophets.
And
not even Sisko.
No, I love it when Sisko is in a room alone with her and he's just like, maybe you should leave now.
One of my favorite scenes is from an episode called The Collaborator.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they find out that Kai Opaka had sacrificed her own son in order to stop an entire valley from getting wiped out, the Kendra Valley. So in that episode, Kai Wynn, she says, she goes to Sisko and goes into his office. And it's one of my favorite scenes. She's trying to figure out what Sisko's going to do because she's trying to take down Vedic Baraya.
Yeah.
And she's like, will Sisko interfere or not? And then he handles that so perfectly. He says, I'm a Starfleet officer. I will not mess with Bajor's choices on who they want to vote for.
Yeah.
I will also not make a public appearance with you in case people misinterpret it as that I'm trying to get you elected.
Yeah, he's a good diplomat when it concerns talking to Kai Wynn. And speaking of Sisko and making good choices versus bad choices, his choice not to stay on the station caused irreparable damage. I just wish that he would have put more stock into what the prophet said. And I think on the inside, he knew he should have stayed, but he just didn't want it to look bad in front of the Starfleet.
Admiral Ross gave him an ultimatum.
Yeah.
And he is a Starfleet officer first and emissary second. That's how he's always seen himself.
Yeah.
So when he was given that ultimatum, he had no choice. He had to go because he had to serve Starfleet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me know in the comments, guys. What would you have done if you were the emissary and you had the choice of whether you needed to stay or not to stay, and it would cost you your career? I don't know if they actually would have, chucked him out of Starfleet had he stayed, but I think that if it was me, I would highly consider going and not going, and I would probably make the decision to stay, because the thing is that the prophets haven't failed Sisko. Never. They may have been mad confusing, but they haven't failed him.
Yeah, they need to talk more directly. So enough with the riddles.
Yeah.
What's up with all the riddles? You have to stay. Why do I have to stay? We don't know. We just want you to stay. That's all.
Yeah, we vaguely want you to stay. People in the comments on YouTube were saying that it was a tough spot for his professional career. Definitely. Thank you for the follow, Brent. And honestly, I could say now that I would stay. And I think the reason why I say that is because, again, the prophets have not shown Sisko a reason to not listen. And so I think after time and time again of them proving that they, although they're confusing, proving that they know what they're talking about. Yes, they did give him that one, penance for the whole minefield part of the episode. But again, they haven't failed him.
No, they look out for him, but at the same time, they don't really provide him with enough information to make to make a good decision.
Yeah.
So they failed him in that sense.
Yeah.
But other than that, they do help him.
Yeah. But could one really say they failed him in that area when he knows that's how they communicate and all he needs is time to understand them? They're the same ones who threw him into visions, and then he ultimately down the road understood why he was thrown into those visions. It's one of the reasons he actually chose to accept being an emissary. It was a really cool episode, Poetry.
Yeah, they need to do better. There's a few communication classes. That
Absolutely.
Community college.
And Zynga said that they communicate with a rock and a picture, and they're just like, hey, there you go. You work with it from there.
They need to take interpersonal communication classes.
Seriously. And moving on to one thought that I had is Garrick. I think as I saw him in the ship and he was working and he was helping everybody with the fight, I asked myself, how come he wasn't one of the people who saw that Gul Dukat had something else up his sleeve? Garrick is this mastermind of thinking ahead of everybody, about 20 steps ahead of everyone. But I think he should have been someone who said, hey guys, maybe we need to rethink having all the most important people on this ship, on this on the Defiant. And, maybe we should consider that Gul Dukat is up to something, or that this is maybe not their only plan of attack.
I think Dukat at this point was away. He's like rogue. He didn't have any. He didn't have any ties to anyone at this point.
Yeah.
And when he showed up, Damar was shocked.
Yeah.
Everyone was shocked when he showed up. But yeah, there's no way of figuring out what Dukat was going to do because he was no longer part of the Cardassians.
Yeah. I just feel like somebody should have said, this doesn't seem like it's that the Cardassians are only doing this one thing, They're always having multiple tricks up their sleeves. So I feel like somebody should have caught that at some point.
Did you think this episode went fast?
I do think this episode went fast. If you guys can't hear on YouTube, Adam asked me if I think this episode went fast. I do think it went fast, particularly in the end, at the end scene with Jadzia, the whole we can't save her. Julian did all he could. Then she was in the casket, and then Sisko was like, I gotta go home because I don't think I can do this. And he's explaining to the audience everything that I think they could have just shown us. We could have seen his struggles of not being able to work in the station with his friend gone. But he gave and threw out exposition to us while standing over a coffin that she was just thrown into a second after we realized she was gone. And that was it. And he was at home and he was cleaning some shelves out behind the restaurant. So everything after Jadzia's death went super fast. and it felt like a rush. Like we're just throwing this in your face. She's gone. All right. Oh, great. Lotus said they can hear you. Great.
Too much information in too little time.
Exactly. Because I understand that Sisko wanted to go home, and that he needed to take a breather, but I was wondering, why are we getting all of this in one succession?
Well, the next few episodes covers that, and they go into depth with it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but they definitely explain it in the next few episodes.
Okay.
They tried to cram a lot of stuff into one episode.
Yeah, and I think for the most part they did a good job. I think the Jadzia's removal from the show was done well, although it wasn't wanted. It was done well to where it gave us that shock factor. But I think it succeeded in the things that it needed to succeed it to in this episode. I agree.
If the actress had stayed, they would have kept her. But
absolutely.
It was down to the actress, and she ended up on Becker. So.
Oh, I have to check that one out. Yeah. It was very terrible, Tara, that they unalived Dax. I don't know why they did that, and I honestly, wholeheartedly wished I was never spoiled by some random TikToker on my TikTok page telling me that we were no longer going to see her. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but someone spoiled it for me. And so I technically have been thinking about her unaliving since about 5 months ago. And so now that I actually see it, it's crazy that we're never going to see her again on DS9. I understand that it's only one season left, but for the next 20-something episodes, she's not going to be there.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
I got that spoiler too. I don't know what's up with people spoiling. I got that spoiler too in the same section. But we're not going to focus on that. We're not going to spoil it for any viewers. We're not going to spoil it for any other viewers. Someone, Brent said Jadzia's death felt similar to Tasha's. Who's Tasha?
Hey, she hasn't watched TNG yet, Brent.
I haven't seen TNG yet. Here's the timeline. I've watched everything backwards. I've watched Discovery, everything of Strange New Worlds up until season 3. I've seen all of Voyager. I've seen all of Lower Decks, though I didn't understand a lot of it, but I laughed wholeheartedly. And I am now on Deep Space Nine. So that leaves me with TNG, Enterprise, and the newer spin-offs of TNG and some other ones. So, yes.
A lot of good stuff to go.
Yeah. I'm actually excited to watch Enterprise. The Adam Brahms said, to be honest, in terms of storytelling, they like that they unalived Jadzia, but they don't like how Rick Berman treated Terry Farrell.
Yeah, a lot of people complain about him. Harry Kim's actor, Garrett Wang, complained about him. T'Pol, you haven't seen Enterprise yet, but there's Jolene Blaylock, who is the actress for T'Pol, also complained about that producer. He wanted them to wear. He wanted the women to wear some very revealing stuff. So.
Okay. And good to know, Lord. It's good to know. Okay, one more thing for this episode is at the end of it when he was cleaning. I'm assuming some kind of shellfish. Is that the same music played? In my opinion, it was similar to the music from In the Pale Moonlight when he went and he got hit by that imaginary car. But that was the similar music, and I feel like they were trying to tell us that everything that he learned in that episode about humanity, trust, and believing in himself is that he kind of lost that in this moment. And so it was the music and the audio was a nice throwback to that episode and to us seeing that there's a vulnerable side to Sisko, and we're fully in that moment with him now because he's lost himself. He lost his friend, and he's at a loss for what he needs to do next.
Are you saying that he has another trial coming up?
He has another what?
Trial.
Oh, absolutely. The prophets aren't done with him. You're
right, but it doesn't start till the first episode of the next season. So You have to wait and find out.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it.
Toby said that I'll understand. It's totally done streaming everything in chronological order. It will make more sense. They're saying that after I watch everything, it'll make much more sense. It's actually pretty interesting the way I've been watching it and seeing. I've been seeing the end of all the stories, and then slowly but surely, I'm seeing the thread that connects everything. Like I can see from Discovery how everything kind of ties back through Voyager, through DS9 into this one beautiful, wild connection of Star Trek, and it's amazing. I'm enjoying every second of it.
The Dominion arc is a lot like the Red Angel arc.
Yeah,
You get it at the end.
Yeah, you get it at the end.
Everything comes together. You'll understand what the red dots are.
Yes,
what
exactly.
The red birds are,
It's all connected. Lotus said that Ben is one of the most well-rounded captains, father, commander, spiritual leader, moral leader, warrior, and diplomat. And that's all true on every single aspect.
He is definitely all of those things.
Definitely all of those things. I do think that he lost his way in a lot of those areas in this episode. I'm going to start with the captaining portion of it. I think that he did great. He led the Defiant in a very valiant way, but I think he also kind of lost his sense of duty in regards to his true reason for being on the space station, which was to be a sense of a bridge for the Bajorans and be a leader in the Starfleet capacity. And he allowed himself to switch from the role that the Starfleet people gave him. He allowed himself to move toward one end over the other. He lost his balance in that area. And for as much as Starfleet says these are wormhole aliens, they have to recognize that they put him in this position. They did this to him.
Well, I don't want to spoil it because
Okay.
In the next few episodes, you're gonna find out what his connection is with the wormhole aliens, and you're gonna find out a lot about why he was chosen.
I've been waiting for that question. I've been waiting for them to tell us why this man is the freaking emissary, why Sisko is the emissary. But as a father, I think he did great. I think he allowed in this episode, I think he allowed Jaco to set out on his own. But I think Jake forgot the last time he encountered fires and bullets and phaser fire and war. He kind of lost it a little bit. I don't know if that made him stronger. I hope it did, but I think he plays around too much sometimes, in my opinion, Jake does.
Ben did not want Jake there.
No.
But Jake said, if you're not going to take me, I'll go on Martok's ship or whatever.
And that kid, he do it too. He do it. But I think...
He stayed behind during the occupation.
Yeah.
He stayed behind. So
yeah.
There's no controlling Jake now that he's grown.
No, none whatsoever. He just does it with a smile. He's just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm a journalist. I said, sir, you are not a journalist. Not fully just yet. And someone said earlier that they were surprised, I think in a good way, I might be quoting this wrong, but they were surprised in a good way of how this season managed to end on a bleak note, just as it did from Deep Space Nine Season 5 of it ending with the abandoning of the station. And I think they did a great job with ending this that same way. It's a good ending. If I was watching this live and I didn't have Season 7 readily available, I would be pleasant. I would be pleased, but I also would be upset at the same time.
It's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's a good cliffhanger.
And people in the 90s had to wait 30 months. They had to wait 90 days for the next episode.
Oh my goodness. Nowadays we have to wait about 3 episodes. Nowadays we have to wait about 2 years before we can get a 6 episode season. So 90 days doesn't seem like a bad way to go.
It's an eternity though.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Cliffhanger,
yeah. Last final mission. I know I already said this, but Odo thought that Kira was breaking up with him. He really did.
He doesn't get organic relationships. He doesn't get it.
Nope, not even remotely.
He's experiencing it for the very first time. This is puppy love.
Yeah. I think for him, it's way past puppy love. This guy, he is head over heels. And he literally thought that Kira was no longer going to be in his life. And he's like, I'm giving you space because I thought that's what you want because you're breaking up with me. And she's like, dude, come on now. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Why is everything an absolute for him?
Yeah.
Like, he arrested the Vedic because the law was absolute and that he was illegally gathering money there. And everything is just so black and white for him. It's just all, there's no gray area.
None whatsoever. And he just literally arrested a man for fundraising to help people who were lost things and probably their lives in a flood. A flood, mind you, that Kai Wynn thought she was saving or preventing.
All because he didn't have a permit to collect.
All because he didn't have a permit to collect the money. That was crazy. All right, guys, this was a really, really great episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait for season 7, and I don't have to because we have streaming sites now. But Lotus said they had to wait all summer for the next season, and I'm so glad I don't have to do that. But yeah,
In agony.
yeah,
Wait in agony.
in agony. But at least you had time to think about the loss of Jatzia. At least you had the time to do that before you jumped into season 7.
And see the actress show up in another show.
Yeah. I gotta check out the other show that she was on because I have no idea. It's called Beckers.
Becker.
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 Is she the main character?
No, the main character is Ted Danson.
Ah, okay.
I put it in the chat as well.
Okay. Season 6 was great, Brent. I enjoyed every single episode of season 6. I might have to do a breakdown and say which episode was my favorite because what's the one with the sacrifice of an angel? Top 10 of my favorites from DS9 entirety. And
I watched your video about that. I never really saw it as the angel being sacrificed is Zial.
Yeah, she's the angel. She's the angel that's being sacrificed.
Thanks for that input.
Absolutely.
I watched it like 10 times and I didn't put that together.
Yes. Because that episode had me thinking days and days afterwards. It was just, it's very an impactful episode. That and the episode with The Waltz, the Waltz. That's one of my favorite episodes of Deep Space Nine as well. Because the whole presentation of it felt like I was in a theater watching a play with a Greek chorus behind Gul Dukat and them repeating or reinforcing his narrative. It was beautiful.
Dukat is one funny dude.
He is one crazy guy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, Adam. Thank you for jumping on and being a guest. Thank you guys for watching. This was a really great episode. I thought that everything that I saw in this episode just really reinforced the greatness that season 6 is. And it makes me very excited to see what happens in season 7. Because season 6 literally is the reason why I started reacting to Deep Space Nine is season 6 and the way the Dominion War just kept ramping up higher and higher and higher and higher. So I said, I might as well start reacting to this on my YouTube channel. And for those of you who wants to know more about my previous watchings of seasons 1 through 5. I am going to be reacting to some of seasons 1 through 5 of Deep Space Nine episodes. If you guys want to go over to my Patreon and participate in a poll on which episodes you'd like to see me react to. So that is going to happen if you guys want to see a particular episode from seasons 1 through 5 of Deep Space Nine that isn't put up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys want me to do another live of any episode from season 7, let me know and I'll do my best to react to that live. Again, it's going to be bring your own episode to where I'll have the time sync and you guys can join from there. Season 6 might be the best Trek season of the show, but season 7 is close. Guys, you're making me so excited. Peace out, the Adam Brahms. I think I'm saying that correctly.
You all have a great night. This has been so much fun. I anticipate going live again real soon with you guys for an episode of Season 7. I'm Milky Way Flyer, giving you a galaxy of games, reactions, and reviews for the stories they tell and the worlds they leave behind. Peace.